The crawl is one of our all-time favorite bang for your buck exercises because it's so versatile. You can be working on strength, you can be working on athleticism, even potentially mobility, all from just these different crawling patterns. So right now we're gonna go over how to take your crawl from basic to this. There's so many different types of crawling, but the one thing they all have in common is that they are a contralateral pattern. And that's just a long way for saying that you use the opposite arm and leg. Just like most athletic endeavors, running, jumping, swimming, you're always moving in this somewhat rotational pattern where opposite arm and opposite leg go at the same time. Any crawl is just that attached to the ground. Pretty simple, right? Let's go over how to do some basic crawling. The key to getting comfortable with crawling is getting really comfortable in the quadruped position, which is just this position where your hands and your feet are on the ground and the knees hover just slightly above the ground. Oftentimes, this will be the first exercise I have someone start with, just holding this for 30 to 60 seconds. The key is making sure that you keep your core engaged, so I shouldn't see a big saggy belly there. Keep that core engaged, and you should keep your shoulder blades pressed forward into protraction. So not sinking into the shoulder blades, always pressing in the direction of the ground. Once you've got the quadruped mastered, now start picking up one limb at a time. And you have to make sound effects as you do this. Then try to do two at the same time. Now this is where that contralateral opposite starts to come into play here. And just getting really comfortable. Trying not to swing or sway, right? Keeping everything nice and controlled. Once you feel stable there, now simply start moving. When you first start working on crawling, it's important to make sure that you keep all those key components in the forefront of your mind. Keep your shoulder blades engaged, keep your core engaged, keep your hips low. Now let's get to some more advanced stuff and maybe a little more fun too. So once you've got that basic crawl mastered, you feel real strong and connected, the next step is to start actually moving around with it. So we can always move forward, but we can move backwards. We can move sideways. And the key is just always making sure you have this opposite structure, contralateral pattern where opposites are generally moving at the same time. As you gain strength and confidence, you can start taking more weight into your upper body in this pattern. So instead of doing a quick step, you can start to really load the upper body, load the core, and think about pulling your feet and knees up towards your chest and seeing if you can take all of your body weight just for a moment into your upper body. And if you've been working on this long enough, and you've been working on your planche skills, you may be able to start even floating. So taking all of your body weight into your upper body and just hovering. Right? And then y'all make it look super dope. Add that little leg kick at the end. Step out nice and long. And now you're flowing. With any of these crawl variations, just put on a timer. Usually I'll start with 30 seconds and then work up to being able to do any of these for 2 minutes. And I like to say, do 2 minutes before you advance to the next variation. I can't stress enough how much mastering the basics is so important. So don't get ahead of yourself and try to move to the next variation. Take your time, don't let your ego get in the way, and master those basics. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like it, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all the good YouTube stuff. And we'll see you next time. Who needs a gym?